It's now time for Party Chat Sports.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Welcome back, everybody, to Party Chat Sports. Week 1 of the NFL season's in the books. We made it. Some of us are still crying over what happened week 1, just like being right there. But we'll talk about that a little bit. That'll come up. We are changing the format this year. We're doing things a little bit differently. Obviously, this is getting posted on Thursday. So Thursday Night Football is going to play, or we're going to have a Thursday Night Football game the day this episode drops. So week 1's already too far in the rear view mirror. So we're going to look ahead, and that's what we're going to start doing a little bit moving forward. I might do quick week-to-week recaps that get posted Monday morning. We'll see how that works out. But that's the game plan moving forward here at Party Chat Sports. And if you have any suggestions on other things or other methods for us to do, please reach out to us. We are, I say it at the end of every episode, but I'll mention it again. We are on Twitter. You can comment on our episode. You can reach out to us, again, anywhere and everywhere, all at Party Chat Sports. But that's the format moving forward. We're going to talk about the upcoming week, not the previous week. And we kind of figure, naturally, the previous week will come up. So, like, as we look ahead to Commanders-Packers tonight, when this drops, we'll naturally be talking about the Commanders game last week and the Packers and Lions game last week. Like, that's just kind of what we expect. We'll, again, see how it goes. And if you have suggestions, please let us know. But before we talk about week 2, just quick, one sentence from the two of you. How are you feeling after week 1?
Exciting.
One word. I like that. Just breaking it down to one word. I think week 1 had some of the greatest football games we've ever seen. And I mean, I don't even think that's a stretch. Like, you had the Sunday night game, Baltimore and Buffalo, was electric. Even Chicago, Minnesota. I mean, the fourth quarter of that game was awesome. So
All the prime time.
yeah, it was just good stuff. Thursday was a good game.
It was one of the better
Minus
week
one
ones I feel like
thunderstorm.
we had in a long time. Like,
Yeah, Steelers Jets was electric on Sunday at 1.
Who knew?
Like there was a lot. Buccaneers Falcons went down to a doink, I think, or a miss.
Crazy.
It was actually a fantastic slate of games, and you know, just want to say I'm happy the NFL is back. It's like life is in a good spot.
longer
again,
than one
so.
sentence, but we'll take it.
You know how it is around here.
So let's talk about Commanders and Packers, both getting wins in week 1 in convincing fashion. Both against division opponents. Packers, Lions maybe a little bit more surprising, just because the Lions do have a lot of hype coming into the season. But the Packers, there's a reason they went out and got Micah Parsons. They view themselves.
What'd you just say?
Packers. What?
No. Who had hype going into the
Lions.
season?
And
The
the
Lions?
Packers.
No, they did not.
The Lions had a.
So
The Lions are going to be.
the
Packers
Lions
got hype once Parsons went there. That's it. These two teams were not talked about that much in the offseason. Everyone knew the Lions were going to regress like they
I
showed.
feel like the Lions were talked about a decent amount.
I feel like you might be hating, Cam. I
Shocker.
don't know. This is me.
I mean, you scored 6 points and then got a fantastic catch out of a rookie against fourth
But the
strings.
Packers did view
Good job.
themselves as a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they played terrible, but I don't think anyone
That's
expected
kind
them
of
to
the
play
point I'm
terrible.
trying to make. But the Packers view themselves as a Super Bowl team, and that's why they went out and got Micah Parsons, because they viewed themselves that way. So they may not be surprised with the performance, but I think a lot of observers, ourselves included, were shocked by that.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams established themselves as top NFC contenders. You know, Commanders, they took care of business, right? The Giants, we know they're not going to be very good. Russell Wilson looked terrible. We'll talk about them later. But they did what they needed to do. Jaden Daniels did not look like he has taken a sophomore slump or regression. He looked fine. Bill getting in the end zone, turning into a law. That was a
I'm just
funny
a
tweet
Bill.
that they sent out today. Yeah, just a Bill. But Packers also, I mean, the Packers is exactly what you wanted to see in week one, coming out against a division rival. Yes, it was in your house, but you completely took care of business and completely shut down the Lions. So it'll be a very good game, I think, on Thursday, which we usually don't get Thursday good games. We usually get some clunkers. So,
That's true.
Commanders coming into Green Bay, great venue, Thursday night. I'm going to be tuning in. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
No, it should definitely be a good game against. I think the offenses for both sides could be exciting. Debo showed some light for the Commanders, which I've been skeptical of Debo all off season. I'm not saying like, oh wow, we finally saw enough, but I think
He did look a little bit more athletic, you could say, than, people were saying that he was
right.
looking.
He didn't look out of shape like people were saying. I
Yeah.
think
Or
he
admittedly
just
how he looked in
Yeah.
clips, but yeah, I mean, he looked
So
fine.
I think we could see a fun offensive game here on Thursday night. And again, like you mentioned, we don't see that a lot for Thursday. It's Thursday is so weird because you have 2 days of practice. Really, you're not getting a lot in. You probably have to limit the playbook, and the script isn't as great.
It's always
Right.
sloppy,
Because you
right?
only
It's
get two
always
days of
sloppy
practice.
on
Like you're not
Thursdays.
getting a full week. Or guys that got banged up, like there's a lot of NFL players that they play Sunday and the entire week they're recovering until the next Sunday. So when you have the Thursday game, they're just not recovered if they're playing at all. Like they're still banged up from the previous Sunday. So we'll get that.
I will say, just looking at the surface level numbers, the Packers, like Jordan Love only threw for 188 yards, and then rushing, they only had 78 yards rushing. So like it was not a
Offensive juggernaut.
offensive just lightning or fireworks, I want to say. So it was very
They took care
interesting
of business.
that
They
way.
did what they needed.
Yeah,
They
but it was very interesting. So, I also don't want to get too hype on the Packers because I'm a certified
Yep.
Jordan Love hater. Just don't think he's
I still
it. So we'll see. I think this will
he's
be a
been
very
booty
good.
since day one.
This will be a good test. This will be a good test of the
it should
Commanders
be.
coming into town.
I'm not the biggest Love guy. I still don't know what Love is, and it's very confusing. Uh,
What's the line on this one, Gil?
I just had it. It's Packers favored 3.5.
All right. So a typical
it's
home
3.
team, couple of
So
points.
it's about
Yeah.
as
Okay.
close to even as you'll get in some ways. The over-under is set for 48.5, which is interesting. They're expecting a lot of points to be scored. With it being a Thursday, I don't know if I would bet the over. That's the one thing I'm thinking is, like, with it being Thursday night, would you bet the over? Because, like you said, you get a lot of sloppy. Typically.
Both defenses look good
Yeah.
as well. So there's that.
I'm excited. It should be a good game.
No.
I like Jaden Daniels. I'm a big fan. I was impressed with the fact that at the first week, he didn't have that sophomore slump. Now, there's still 16 more weeks left.
A lot of weeks.
We'll see what he looks like
Yeah.
when he travels to Green Bay and has Micah Parsons running like breaking through and wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
That's still a fantastic clip. The sack that he got on Jared Goff, like him breaking through the pack, like
It truly was a National Geographic. Like, I don't know what Jared Goff
Right.
thought. Did he just not think someone was going to catch him? He was lollygagging.
I don't think he saw him.
Micah
Anyway.
Parsons had that red exclamation point that you see in Pokemon when you get caught, and he just started
Yes.
sprinting at him.
And then they sprint right at you. Yeah.
This should definitely be a good game, though.
Anyway. Not to get us too hung up on one game, we do have like 10 more to get through. But
what else? Do you have anything else to add? Cam? Next one I got is
Packers suck. That's all I gotta say.
we'll see. Browns
All right,
Ravens.
all right.
And for the bettors out there, if you're betting on this one, 11.5-point favorites the Ravens are. Are they going to bounce back? They gave up. What were they down 16?
You would think so.
They were up against the Bills. It was 2 score. 15.
It was 25-40, wasn't it?
15.
At the time, and then
Yeah, 25-15. Was it 35?
It was something. It was
No.
It was 2 scores. I remember it being 2 scores.
at one point in time it was hold on. It was 34-19, and then it was 34-25, and then it was 40-25, and then 40-41.
15 points. We'll call a comeback for the Bills.
Yeah. Don't call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, I think you gotta take that money line for Cleveland.
It could be in a parlay this week.
It's
we'll see. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
They're division rivals. The Browns' defense does not suck. Let's talk honestly here. They allowed
No, it's
7
good.
net yards against Joe Burrow and that whole Cincinnati
That's
Bengal
great.
team in the second half.
It was week 1, Joe Burrow. You got to give him that. But
Point still stands.
you're right.
7 net
It
yards.
is a
I
good
mean,
defense.
That D-line is
It's
scary.
not very much. Myles Garrett is very good. And I can't pretend to act like I watched the game because I really didn't. But did Mason Graham, do we know? Did he look decent? He
I
probably
didn't
did.
hear much.
If
I
they
did
gave
not.
up 7 net yards, I'm sure that defense just as a whole was looking solid. So yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I think the Ravens probably crushed the Browns. It's a divisional game, though, so you never know what's going to happen. But I can't imagine after blowing the lead they did to the Bills with a division opponent coming into your house, I just can't imagine they're going to play down to the competition. They're probably going to
They'll bounce
back this week.
Last week they established a run really well. So their running attack versus the
They did.
Browns is going to be something very interesting to watch.
Not to mention the flip side of this, which is the Browns' offense, which is terrible. And they don't have a kicker, so there's that.
Who needs kickers?
A little weird watching Ravens kick a field goal and Justin Tucker's not back there, and it's some
Yeah.
kicker that's wearing like 33 or something. I was like, what am I watching? It
No,
felt-
he's
felt
not. He's
wrong.
not bad though.
Oh, he's good.
No, he's good. It just felt weird. A kicker with a double-digit number like that in Baltimore, it just freaked me out. It felt like I transported to a preseason game or something. It was weird. And I'm not vouching, none of that stuff. But
I could see
It was weird.
possibly a backdoor cover here for the Browns at 11.5, where like at the end of the game, like they're going to lose by double digits. Like I think that's fair.
what's the over/under on this
45.
one, Gil? I'm gonna do some math.
I could see like I don't know. Do they consider a Dylan Gabriel at some point here soon?
Yeah, so that line is like Ravens 34. No, I did not do that right. And there's probably some math formula there, but it's like, you're looking at like 31-20 or 28-19.
Like 34-12 or something like that.
It's not 34-12. That would be a 22-point spread. It's not as simple arithmetic as it sounds like it would be. But yeah, it'd be like whatever the last thing I just said was 28-19.
Something like that.
28 to
I don't see a lot
Anyway.
of points being scored by the Browns. Ravens probably. Like they will have.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the John Harbaugh statistic of blowing double-digit leads in the second half of games. That's tough. That's tough. And I'm not going to sit on my high horse here all day and be happy that the Ravens lost because I am. But
First thing he texted us the next morning when he went to bed.
yeah, people want to kill Mike Tomlin and all this stuff for underperforming. John Harbaugh consistently underperforms with what many people will agree are better rosters in Baltimore. And yet they pretty much come out even every year. They're both having winning seasons and getting eliminated in the playoffs. Granted, Baltimore makes it a little bit farther on occasion.
John Harbaugh at least has playoff wins, multiple, since 2018.
Sure, for sure.
And his
yes,
losses are
in the last 10 years. Yes, I'm going to give you that. But losing to some unspeakable teams like Tennessee and in the past, and some or was it Tennessee or was it Jacksonville or was it
I think
both?
they probably lost.
I don't
Tennessee.
remember.
No,
But,
it would have been Tennessee. Jacksonville made it to played the Chiefs one year.
Because Jacksonville lost to the Patriots in the AFC
That would've been,
Championship,
like,
right? And I think they went through Baltimore to get there.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that would have been like Flacco.
Either way, man. You gotta fix this, John Harbaugh. Or John Harbaugh is not the answer, and then you could argue Mike Tomlin's not the answer. You could go about all this stuff.
I mean, there's been multiple times throughout the last. I don't think it's been as loud since Lamar Jackson's been there, because Lamar Jackson's won 2 MVPs, probably could have had a third.
Well, remember, after that AFC Championship game, what was it, 2 years ago? We were all like, how do you lose that game, Ravens? And we were harping on them pretty bad.
Because they put up, I don't even think they put up
Rightfully
10
so, I think.
points.
Yeah, it was a putrid showing. And it was like the Chiefs in their house or something,
it was
and then they lost. It was bad.
It was the first
you had
time Mahomes had played a road playoff game.
Yes. And then they just absolutely got outcoached in every aspect of the game. And they played scared.
But
yeah. And that was not that long ago.
But what I was getting to was, it hasn't been as loud, but there have been multiple times throughout his tenure with the Ravens where there's been, do the Ravens move on from Harbaugh? Is he the right guy? I remember rumors of him getting traded. Is he a coach that gets traded?
The typical Mike Tomlin crap in the offseason applies to John Harbaugh as well.
Why are you putting Mike Tomlin in this? He's only on
they're
year
both
2
in
of this.
His point.
No, they're in a similar.
His argument is that they're essentially the same, but Tomlin gets more hate for doing the same thing Harbaugh does. Harbaugh gets the praise, Tomlin gets the hate, when at the end of the day they're one and the same.
I don't think that'll be the discourse after week 2, though. I think people will be happy
100%.
with what the Ravens do.
They're going to pummel the Browns. Lamar's going to look good.
When has Baltimore ever overreacted?
What?
It's a week-to-week basis. That's all I'm saying.
100%.
Yeah.
The next one I've got.
All right.
Speaking of the Jaguars, I got Jaguars Bengals. We'll stay in the AFC North. I think the Bengals bounced back a little bit. They're
You would think.
They're 3.5-point favorites at home against the Jaguars. The Jaguars game was just weird because there was such a delay. There was a moment in time where I forgot they were on a delay. It's like, why haven't I seen Jaguars and where's Bryce Young been?
Why is Brian Thomas got 0 points? It's like the fourth quarter, and then they flipped on the game, and it was like the start of the second. I was so confused.
So that was weird. Travis Hunter played only 2 defensive snaps. I saw something earlier that said that he's going to play more defense. They're going to get him more involved in defense, so he's going to play more than that. We'll see what that does. The over-under is 49.5. I could see this being a high-scoring. On paper, this should be a high-scoring game. But as we saw last week with the Bengals, and as we see every year with the Bengals at the beginning of the season, they don't do jack squat.
The only thing I have to say about this game is I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole in terms of bets or parlays, because it's such a toss-up. It's September, so the Bengals are a complete wild card. They should win this game handedly, and you just don't know what you're going to get. So one thing it looked like we saw was that their offense was handled for sure, obviously, with the 7 passing yards that we have already discussed, or 7 net yards, whatever.
Total offensive yards.
I think it was net passing yards in this. No.
Cam, you're the one.
I think it was total.
It was total. Either way, it was bad. Whatever it was bad. And so you don't know. And yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens here. Two AFC teams, two 1-0 AFC teams, but
Yeah.
it's a wild
And
card.
honestly,
I
like
just don't know.
a matchup like this could determine seeding later on.
And Zach Taylor is a terrible coach. I mean, we don't have to. We have not talked about that enough.
I don't remember how hot I had his seat. I feel like
I saw a breakdown of like the Bengals had the ball like in kind of that no man's land, like on the 45-yard line of the Browns, and he just halfback dive, halfback dive, halfback dive, punt. It's like
the thing that blows my
crap,
mind
you
about
have
that.
all this money.
Like, Zach Taylor's a terrible coach, right?
And the quarterback.
Been saying that for a long time. The Titans looked at that and said, "Let's take his offensive coordinator." Because Zach Taylor's such a great coach. Let's do that.
Yes. And I'm sure we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I want to see. I don't know who the coach is going to be for the Bengals in 2026, but it's got to be somebody. I mean,
if they miss the playoffs, it's
won't
not going to be Zach Taylor. I'll tell you that much.
That could be like a defensive head coach, and then Mike McDaniel comes over. Hey, Drew.
That'd be weird. Oh, what's up? What's up?
We're talking about the Jaguars and Bengals.
Dude.
This week.
We're 20 minutes in, and we're on game 3.
Jaguars, winners of the AFC South.
Could say that. Yeah.
Some might say that.
I mean, they are in first, tied for first.
They got the Colts as competition, we all know the Colts are. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Apparently, Colts are juggernauts.
We'll talk about them here in a little bit. But
what did we talk about already?
You got anything to say? Oh, we've talked about Commanders, Packers, and Browns, Ravens, and now we're on Jaguars, Bengals.
What was the Commanders, Packers spark notes?
Both teams looked good against respective divisional opponents. Established themselves to be top NFC contenders, and it will be a good game to see if the Packers are for real because their offense didn't put up that many numbies, and the Commanders on the road, good test
on Thursday night.
On Thursday night, a good game to watch on a Thursday, which is rare in this economy.
Today,
I also do not. I do not have
Cam
anything
was
to
also
say in the game.
Cam was hating on the Packers. On the Packers,
Well, yeah.
You said they were bad.
Yeah, they are bad.
Statistically not. They're 1-0.
There you go.
Just
they
wait
looked
till the end
better
of
than I
Toyotathon,
thought they
man.
were going to. Toyotathon hasn't started yet.
So wait till the end of it.
Do we have anything else to add about with Jaguars Bengals?
I don't think so. So I think that's a perfect transition.
Well, I'm glad you got here when you did, Drew, because your game's up next. Cowboys hosting the Giants. Both teams 0-1. Giants look abysmal. But so earlier I was thinking Giants came on the brain. I'm like, I'm gonna look up first head coach fired odds. He's second right behind Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel's plus 200. This is on OddsShark, so I don't know how accurate they are.
It was very funny to see Giants fans, after doing the same thing Steelers fans did, be like, ooh, look at that training camp throw to George Pickens. Look at that training camp toss to whoever the Giants have at wide, or Malik Neighbors. And then immediately I see him photoshopped with like a Taliban on his head. Like, they turned on him so quickly.
Taliban
like,
on his head, man. That might
You
be.
knew what I meant. He just looked. He was framed in a very negative way, and they wanted him gone. And I just, we all saw that coming. So, 45% completion percentage.
Yikes. Apparently Jackson Dart's going to start taking first-team reps, too. So, his time's coming a lot faster than probably should.
Over under week 4.
So,
week 3.5 that he plays.
I remember the Giants have a brutal schedule. So one thing to keep in mind, but Brian Dable's going to be fighting for his job. I think I made the comment when the schedule was released.
I think we talked about that.
That Brian Dable might get, so they play Thursday Night Football. They host the Eagles Thursday Night Football October 9th. I think that's the game that gets time. So they host they go to the Cowboys. Then they host the Chiefs. Then they host the Chargers. They go to the Saints. And then they host the Eagles Thursday Night Football. So that if he's not...
He might be gone by the Saints game. I'll be honest with that.
What will probably happen is Cowboys, Chiefs,
Or you start
they'll
Jackson
give
Dart
him
at the
a chance to
Saints.
start Jackson Dart, or that'll be his plea. Like, hey, I know you want to fire me. Give me a game. Let's start Jackson Dart and see what happens. And if they still don't look competitive, like, they could take the losses with Jackson Dart, but if they don't look competitive, that's when it's like, all right, we're going to give you the boot. If they're competitive in these losses, that's going to be one thing. But if they just look like they did,
Or if he looks competent.
yep.
So,
Speaking of competent, Cowboys.
Thanks.
Remember, 51% of the
No,
team
I
that say
think
are
I think the Cowboys.
Absolute buns.
That's just made up. This is make believe.
Bunch of rage baiters spitting at people to get them kicked out of the game. That's crazy to me. That's all I'm
Worked,
gonna
didn't it?
say.
Worked, didn't it?
No, because you still lost.
Well,
the rage bait part worked.
rage bait worked.
Yeah, the rage bait part did. Yeah, that was
he
That was
spit
drove
at,
down the
he didn't
field.
spit on.
Drove down the
Great
field right
Spit
after
execution.
that.
at
Dak.
and spit on. At
Drove
and
right down
on
the
are
field
two
and
different
scored
things.
right after that. So
Philadelphia drivers were not
James
taking
Claus.
Cowboys. Cowboys looked they looked better than I was expecting, and I would argue they looked better than a lot of people were expecting, considering this is a
Fair.
7.5 over/under win team that
Oh,
took it
yeah.
to the defending national champions and lost basically a one play difference game. And so I obviously you want to come away with the win in those kind of scenarios. You don't. So it's not a. There's things to fix. The defense was being shredded for the first half, and not even in the way that you would think. It was the receivers weren't getting the ball. Saquon had a decent game for the first half, but Jalen Hurts, we just had no spy on Hurts, so he just ran around, which is as to be expected because he's a running back, but whatever. So there's things that can improve, but if going into the Giants game, I think they're going to outmatch the Giants. The best part of the Giants team is that D line, so that could give us a little bit of a fit. But the Eagles have a good D line as well, and the best part of our line is the interior. So hopefully that takes away Dexter Lawrence, or at least helps contain him. Obviously Abdul Carter on the edge, Brian Burns, whatever. Although Abdul Carter apparently thinks this is basketball, he tried to. Did you see that highlight?
Bro's closing out.
Closing out on freaking Jaden Daniels. Like, what are you doing, man? So we might be okay there if he just puts his hands up and doesn't go for the sack. But I think the Cowboys win this one. Pretty
How much
easily,
do you think
to
they
be
win
honest.
by?
I mean, what's the
5.5.
spread? More than 5.5.
I think 7's a good number.
I could see a
7
full
to 10.
touchdown yourself. You guys should. There's no reason for you guys not. The Giants just aren't. They're not a well-coached team. Russ is not.
Yeah, I mean,
If he's in the kitchen, it's on fire.
The defense is elite. Or let me rephrase. It could be
Which
elite.
the Giants or the Cowboys? I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
The Giants.
It could be.
the defensive line is the only thing that's good on the team.
Yeah. Which, I mean, a strong defensive line, if you're
Specifically.
getting after the quarterback, you just need the back end to hold up long enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work.
I don't think they have that though. We're at home. As long as CeeDee Lamb doesn't continue to drop every pass ever on every single
It's the
important
1
down,
o'clock game.
we'll be
in
okay.
Dallas. What the hell?
Whoa.
Yeah.
1
that'll
o'clock
happen.
game in Dallas.
That's
That's crazy.
We got
Can you believe
more
that?
game time things to discuss when we get to the Sunday night games, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Cowboys win pretty easily.
They should.
Fair.
All right. Next.
All right.
Ron Bland is hurt though,
What happened?
so
I saw the.
That's your highest
Hurt
paid
himself
guy
in
right
practice.
there, man.
hurt himself in practice.
Where's Jaden Blue? Is Jaden Blue going to play?
Shoddy said he will not play until he shows more consistency.
But we're starting Miles Sanders, who's running in
freaking Miles
quick
Sanders.
sand.
Yeah, so we put in Miles Sanders, who runs in quicksand and fumbles the ball.
I'm starting Javante. I'm
Fantastic.
starting Javante Williams.
Consistently bad. Start Javante
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah, he's coming off the
Yeah,
bench for sure.
he's going to the starting lineup. That was a nice surprise,
But
actually. Like,
I think you'll see Jaden Blue eventually, obviously, but
does Miles
I don't know.
Sanders need a?
new coach, want to establish their culture or whatever. So
Something about the wrong running backs getting touches is a theme on Sunday.
I mean,
He
it
played
happens
on
every
Thursday,
year.
but-
You have young guys or new guys. They're like, oh, we're going to give our vets the ball to start the year because that's the way things are done.
And for some,
I got
some
a stat for that when we get to a later game.
like if they miss some if they're a rookie and they miss some training camp, like okay, fine. Like I had somebody talking to me about
And
Coach
that-
on Judkins, and he's like, oh, he's going to start like in 3 weeks, buddy. He isn't
He hasn't
practice.
practiced
He wasn't
yet.
there for training camp. He wasn't there for the preseason. Like he might be the better back, but he hasn't been there.
And Jaden Blue was hurt most of training
that's
camp
gonna-
and preseason, so he doesn't.
That
He
makes
doesn't
sense.
have the
For a
reps,
rookie?
and part of that consistency could be like not knowing, the playbook as well as he should to earn himself some reps, I suppose. So
That'll happen. But Javante Williams was nice.
All right.
Or he's not good. Could be also true.
I
Jaden Blue?
doubt it. You would have to
Jaden
put him
Blue.
on the field to determine that.
I think he's decent.
We'll see. Another game with two teams that are 0-1. Bears Lions. Bears probably they blew it. Another game.
The Bears.
The Bears do the Bears things.
Sorry, Tom.
Fuck Tom. But
It's crazy.
hey, if you listen to the pod though, respect.
Caleb Williams is bad.
It was
Kind of.
so he's good off script. Better off script. Better. I don't want to say good yet, but off script he's better. He's just not good when he needs to be held in the pocket. Off the actual script, so like NFL teams and just teams in general, they had their first 15 plays scripted out. They looked really good on that script. Like they looked untouchable.
They should have just went back to the top of that.
Yeah. But I think Brian Flores figured it out. So, got to give credit to Flores and that Vikings defense there. For
Would you like me to, get the recap of the game?
you know what?
Go for
I
it.
want to go for it.
Yeah, here I got you. All right, so
Get after it, King.
as a Vikings fan,
We're talking about the Bears, though, not the
This-
Vikings.
this game was incredibly frustrating for about a half. Had to have a lot of patience. And the Bears came out, and I will not lie. I thought Caleb Williams, after completing his first 10 passes, I thought, he might be the truth. Ben Johnson might have unlocked this man. Got back to college Caleb Williams.
False prophet.
That was not the case. Brian Flores, congratulations on your first win against Ben Johnson. So proud of you. They threw
Wouldn't it be
a
Kevin
lot of
O'Connell's
different stuff.
win?
No, this is a Brian Flores
okay.
win.
Oh, okay.
They
My bad.
allowed 7 points through 3 quarters and almost a full game. Anyways,
Almost only counts.
that
No shoes and
defense
hands in it.
for the foreseeable future is going to be very good. I firmly believe that. They throw a lot of different things at you. I don't know if you guys watched
Which one?
Vikings.
Which one
Vikings.
are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Vikings, and you can also say that with the Bears. Dennis Allen is a very good coach. Peyton and Eli also did say JJ McCarthy has no idea what they're doing because I can't even tell what they're doing because they are not doing what they're lining up as. And that was very, very good play calling from Dennis Allen, which I think rattled the if you will, rookie
I'm feeling him.
starting quarterback.
So I guess let's jump to Falcons Vikings since we're talking about the Vikings.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. We'll come back to Bears Lions.
That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah, you were recapping the Bears and then you went straight into the Vikings.
Well,
and that's
I'll
okay.
just go ahead and finish it. The Bears can be very good if Caleb Williams learns to settle down.
That-
They're going to be
That's
great,
I don't know
but
about
I
great.
think the Vikings
I don't think
JJ
they'll be
really, really grew up in this game. I looked at my sister and I said he has 5 weeks to give me at least 2 good games, or I'm giving up on this man. It's very tough to follow a Michigan man leading the team that I love.
Let's get Bree on the
With
pod,
that said,
honestly.
JJ,
We need to see your side of the story.
is going to have some nice memes out of that game. He battled back. Very, very proud of how he did it too. I will say Justin Jefferson needs to get rid of the drops. That was kind of hurt your
Might have
rookie
just been a week
quarterback.
one theme. Might have just been a week one theme of everybody. But
That's
CD
true.
had dropped.
But I do think the Vikings
DK drop
with how good their defense is going to continue to be, and with getting Darius back, I think they handle the Falcons team.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're talking about the Falcons one. We completely jumped there.
There you go. Now you can go.
But
Falcons kicker sucks.
Vikings are favored. They're 3.5 point favorites at home. They should win this game.
Sunday Night Football on NBC.
We'll be waiting all day for that.
That's the Sunday night game.
It is.
Holy snooze fest.
It's a national championship rematch.
Yeah, Penix versus McCarthy.
It is. Yeah. Weird that the Vikings just got put in back-to-back primetime games, man. Ain't nobody wants to see that.
I think they have like 6.
They have a
5 or
lot of
6.
prime time this year. Like that's why
It's too
what
many.
I was saying from the beginning, like
Yes, I
there's
agree.
a lot of primetime games for JJ McCarthy.
You're lucky you don't got Kirk anymore, man. You'd be like 5-11, 5-12, whatever it is. Anyway,
You're not wrong.
no, the comeback was pretty good. JJ finished 13 of 20 with 143 yards. So I don't know if it's sustainable, but it was a good.
It was good
Fourth
growth,
quarter.
and I think you're gonna again, if you view him as a rookie, you're going to see these type of games. You're going to see games where he plays all 4 quarters like he did the first and second quarter of this game. You might see games where he plays lights out like he did in the fourth quarter. And you'll probably get a mixed bag where games where he is kind of in the middle. You're just going to have to live with that
And
and hope that it's enough.
you know, somebody that looked a little bit better than that is Michael Penix. He looked pretty nice, nearly 300 yards and a tutty. Made some nice throws. Falcons should have won that game. They didn't because the Bucks have a dude at wide receiver that we'll talk about when we get there.
Yeah,
They also lost because they don't have a kicker.
that does play a role.
Yes.
Probably.
That is true.
First
That
and
was also a
foremost.
theme. That was a lot of teams.
A lot of bad kickers in the league at the moment. Younghoe Koo had
One of
some
them.
issues last year.
Yeah.
So this isn't
Well, I feel-
surprising.
And I feel like he's been kind of overhyped because people feel like he's like really good, but like
There was a period of time where he
Yeah.
was solid, and
It was
starting
yeah.
last year, he became less.
It's weird when kickers fall off. Like they hit that high, and then they plateau for like a year, and then all it takes is one bad game, and next thing you know,
Not when you're the best in the league. I'll say that much.
It's coming. And you give him so much practice, it's hard for him to be bad.
Yep. Because we'd be scoring so many touchdowns.
that's funny. That's funny.
Anyway,
I think the Falcons will be pretty good. I do think Brian Flores is good. I think he's better against young quarterbacks. His schemes that everyone likes to talk about probably have more of effect on young quarterbacks than they do veterans. So I think he'll take advantage of that in this game. I think the Vikings will win, but I do like the Falcons.
All right, we know who Drew's picking this week, so
Yeah.
we'll keep that in our back pocket.
Falcons are nice. I will give
I
that.
think the Falcons can
Phoenix
still win the
is-
division.
they could, but the Buccaneers just beat them. So
True, but
I don't think Baker's going to throw for 167 yards weekly. 3 touchdowns.
I'm pretty
is
sure
nice,
the Falcons beat them twice though last year, the Bucks, and the Bucks still won the division.
Well, now the Bucks have beat them, and they're going to win a division.
It'll be
Yeah,
an
it should be
interesting division. Penix looks good.
So why don't we circle back to where we started the
Bears,
conversation?
Lions.
Bears and Lions. Bears and Lions, yeah. Lions look bad though.
Yeah.
Lions
And
do
I
look
think
bad.
a lot of people did not give the, obviously everyone loved Ben Johnson. Everyone loved
What?
Dan Campbell, not believer. What is happening?
Something's
Whatever you
going
just
on.
did
I don't know,
was,
but
was
I didn't
not
hear
good.
that entire.
Yeah.
My recording has stopped and resumed like 3 times, but the
Oh, this
AirPods
one-
were
I'm
It's
not.
sure
that
that'll be
freaking
fine.
I
internet
don't
of
know.
yours, man.
Didn't you
Again.
just get it like fixed?
Nah, it's not my internet. I hope it's not my internet.
You need to fix that laptop, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't. It's because it's not enough. Anyway.
Yeah, I know what the problem is. Fix it.
I was just gonna say a lot of credit was given to Dan Campbell for the success of his coordinators, and they thought that he was going to be just fine, and he was not. That's all. That's all I
I
wanted.
think
to
that's fair, but also, I mentioned it's going to take a minute. When the Eagles lost both of their coordinators, yes, they won a couple. They started like 5-0 the next year, but everybody knew the Eagles were fraudulent. Like Hurts barely beat the Patriots that year, and that was like Belichick's last year Patriots, and they barely won. They stumbled to these victories until they lost to the Jets, and it's like, oh, well, now we know for sure the Eagles are fraudulent, and that was the first year without Steichen and Gannon. Brian Johnson ends up getting fired the next year. In comes in Kellen Moore. I expected a lot of that with the Lions, where it's going to be a weird transitional period. There's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be a lot of learning for the Lions. And honestly, that could be a destination for Mike McDaniel. Like, Mike McDaniel could be in Detroit next year, and that would look fine. Getting through this year might be a little tough.
Was there any crossover in Miami with those two?
I don't think those two have ever crossed over. But the first coordinator that he had in Anthony Lynn, I don't think they had crossover. But he was a former player, so he was trying to build an all-player staff.
You know what I think? I think Jared Goff is bad.
I think that
There it is.
Could be
Tell
true.
him the stat.
It could be true.
I think he's been sneakily bad this whole time. And it's funny because Ben Johnson was kind of like dissing on him when he took the Bears job. And everyone was like, yo, that's not cool, man. Like, all this stuff. And then the first game, Jared Goff looks pretty bad. And he looked bad in the playoffs
80%
last year.
completion rate.
what's it?
Listen, man, he just...
Average of 5 yards.
That's not going to get the job done. Like, for where the Lions want to be and want to go, that their bottleneck is probably quarterback.
Which is a weird spot because then what do? Draft a new quarterback, and then that
That's
resets
quarterback.
the entire.
Sign Dak Prescott.
It's not an option.
It will be.
It's inevitable. He's gone.
Sure. 5 years from now, when their team is different.
I mean, sure. Isn't there a stat about his record
That's what Cam was
without
trying to get to.
a
Yeah,
certain...
it's like 1-19.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
yeah.
like.
Yeah,
I think
Well,
it's
I'm pretty sure it's
without
19 and
he's
1
19-1
yeah. I don't think he's ever won
without.
without McVay or Ben Johnson.
So the conversation does Steve.
Yes.
Goff's seat's going to get hot this year. I think. I think Dan Campbell's going to be fine. I'm still a Dan
So
Campbell believer. I still think he's a fine head coach. It's just going to take a minute of finding the right.
He's a rah-rah head coach. He needs great coordinators.
Most head coaches do. Not every head coach needs to be the offensive play caller. And I think the rah-rah thing, like, I think that's the surface level stuff that you see on, like, Twitter or TikTok, because that's what gets posted. But I'm sure he's in there game planning. I'm sure he's just not absent from the team during the week when
I'm not saying that. I'm just...
he's more than a rah-rah guy. Like, There's a reason he got that job.
Yes, he knows football. Yes, I agree. Part of being a good leader is actually leading. So he's not a terrible head
I've
coach,
also always liked.
but
He
he is a
was
rah-rah head
never a
coach.
coordinator.
He's a
though. I
motivator
think that's
archetype.
interesting.
He's a motivator archetype. Let's say that.
He was in 2010. He was a coaching intern for Miami. Then he coached tight ends, and then he was an interim head coach for like two games or something. Then he was was it half the year? Either way. Then he was assistant head coach and tight ends coach with the Saints, and then now he's a head coach. So he's never been a coordinator. He's never been in charge of one side of the ball or the other from the top.
He learned.
And when he was with the Saints as an assistant head coach, I don't know, like how much are you really?
He got a lot of praise
You know.
from Sean Payton, and I guess he learned a lot from Payton. And that tree means
Well, that's because Sean Payton had his head in the offense, right? So Dan Campbell took the rah-rah role, maybe. You know,
I don't know how much an assistant head
I
coach
don't know.
does, but I remember when he got the job. Like, that's kind of interesting. Because I kind of like a CEO style head coach. It's just kind of my preference. I think it works. Like Pete Carroll had success doing it. Tomlin, Belichick was just, like those CEO archetypes are just kind of like what I've always liked. So it made sense, I thought, when Campbell got the job. And I mean, you figure John Harbaugh was a special teams guy. Like he wasn't an offensive or defensive coordinator. Like it can work.
Mhm.
Like you don't need to be a offensive mastermind to be a good head coach. But we'll see what the Lions look like.
Like Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
He won a
be a
Super Bowl and he
clown,
doesn't know anything.
man.
Yeah.
You could be a clown.
Clown
You
coordinator.
could hire a monkey to tell him what buttons to push, what plays to call,
Yeah.
or a trained whatever. Pick an animal. Doesn't matter.
Seal.
Sure.
Sirianni.
Sirianni. Anyway,
What's the
there's
line?
probably a lot of Bears. Lions.
Sirianni. We got to get like a merc.
Poor Bears. Bears just got killed. Anyway, we got like
Lions are 6.
8
Lions are
more games
6.5
to get
my
through.
favorite in this one.
I will say, if Caleb Williams can have a Josh Allen type of figuring out how to not be terrible at throwing the ball, like if he can actually turn into an accurate quarterback in some capacity, he could be pretty
He
good.
could.
Gotta
Could
be
be.
The
comfortable off the
athleticism
script.
is there, like, but
Josh Allen
he can't throw the ball.
had the work ethic
Yeah, the work ethic.
and was not a 5-star and was not a number 1 and all this stuff.
Yeah,
That's
The work
overrated.
ethic. He was more the
Could be.
lunch pail kind of guy, or the work pail kind of guy. Like he had that work ethic to.
sneaky athletic.
He was
It was
not
not
sneaky athletic. He was athletic in your face.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But he also
That's
the
pretty
Bill
sneaky.
structure.
I was
Like,
surprised.
when McDermott and Brandon Beane came into Buffalo, like they rebuilt that entire organization and they had a good infrastructure for him, and that coaching staff really helped. Brian Dable.
and
Brian
Tyrod
Dable.
Taylor was in front of
Help.
him. Well, Tyrod Taylor got hurt, and
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
That's what the Bears need. They need Tyrod Taylor. Put
Yeah.
him in.
Ah,
Ben Johnson wasn't going to turn the Bears around in one day. So he still has the infrastructure of the previous regime, mostly, largely.
And you can see the signs of positivity.
you guys see what I sent?
So
Good.
we'll see what they turn into.
You guys see what I sent on TikTok where it was like the last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, that next year they had the second-year quarterback that was drafted with a top 2 pick.
Yes, that
It
was weird.
Very
That was
very
crazy.
interesting. I'm not going to go through it.
On 4,000-yard passer watch, Caleb Williams is behind.
Thank you.
You need 230. You need 235. He's at 210.
When they get that dome, though, that's going to be the year.
Yes, it will be
As
there.
soon as they go in the dome, 4,000 yards for the Bears.
So,
I'll kind of let's
The next
move
game's
along
Patriots
here. I think the
Dolphins.
next.
and that one.
I think the next 2 games can kind of be summed up pretty quickly, and we can blow through them.
Yep.
Dolphins look terrible. Patriots. I didn't even
They-
see them
Patriots
on
were
my
more
TV.
disappointing.
They just weren't even there.
Patriots were more disappointing than I expected them to be.
I didn't expect them to be anything, so I think
I
it
think
was
they
just kind
were
of normal.
properly.
See, I just
As good as
expected
I
more
thought
from a
they would be.
Vrabel coached team, I guess.
Eh.
I
they
thought the
didn't play
Raiders were
terrible,
going to be
but it
much
just,
better
like,
than the
was
Patriots, and they won.
Yeah.
Drew, what'd you say about the Raiders?
I said I thought the Raiders would be much better than the Patriots, and they won. So the game went as I expected. The Raiders didn't look like amazing, but they were pretty good.
On that Vrabel coach team point, he also coached what turned out to be a pretty bad Titans team too. So, ew.
I mean, they turned bad after they traded away
because,
A.J. Brown and drafted Jalen Burks. And
they did.
Mike Vrabel.
Yes.
Got
the
Brian
GM
Tannehill
basically
to the
ruined
AFC
that team.
championship.
The Patriots do not have A.J. Brown right now, so I'm not expecting anything from them.
Fair.
That's true.
I hope this game does not come on my screen very often. That's all.
I think the Dolphins they have to show something that they're not the worst team in the league by a million miles. I really think they have too much talent to be that bad.
Yeah.
Because at that pace, they're the worst team in the league by a long shot. Like the Saints look much better.
So the Dolphins are about to run the AFC East gauntlet. They have the Patriots, then they go to Buffalo. That's a Thursday night game.
Is that a gauntlet?
They're going through the. I'm just saying, they're going through the
streak
AFC,
of games.
all divisional opponents. It's Patriots, Bills, and then Jets.
Gauntlet.
So
Scores 32 points,
if
and he
they're
thinks it's a
0-4,
gauntlet.
I'm just saying they're going through the AFC East, guys. Chill on the
One
whole
of the funniest
gauntlet.
things you've ever said, Kenny.
Jeez. There's a chance he doesn't make it to Mike McDaniel doesn't make it to October if he loses all 3 of these games.
I think if he has if the next 3 games look anything like this first one, he'll probably be
That's
gone.
what I'm saying.
If they throw up a stinker against the Patriots and get smoked, is he just out of there?
Yeah, I think
They
if
trade
you have
Tyreek
that
Hill,
bad
they
of a
just blow it up.
performance, it's over. Pretty
because
quickly.
they have the Bills next Thursday night. Short week. So what they'll probably do,
You probably make the change after that, though.
if they lose, assuming they lose in Buffalo, when it's no show,
He's fired on
very
Friday.
similar to the Bills-Dolphins game that we watched right before Dylan's wedding a year ago, where I don't remember who got killed, but somebody died in that game, I'm pretty sure.
Probably
It
Tua.
might have been a Tua death.
It had to have been Tua, right?
Probably. I think so.
I don't remember. I don't remember much from that day.
Oh yeah, it was in your
I
apartment.
think James Cook
Yeah, it was
went
in the
off.
crib.
Yeah, it was
like
definitely
20.
Tua.
It had to have been Tua.
It was Tua.
But yeah, that Thursday night game, if they lose and it's bad, and they lose against the Patriots, McDaniel's gone before the Jets game on September 29th. He's not making
Probably.
it to October.
No.
That's my line where my stance right now. He does not make it to October.
This might be barring some sort of magical turnaround, which I still think the Dolphins have some capacity to beat up on bad teams like they always have.
They scored 70 last year.
That's
That
what I'm
last year,
saying.
too,
Like
the same
I still think it's there. Like the
Either way.
potential
Sure,
for them
last
to
year.
dominate bad teams is there. But it feels like everyone's already given up on the Dolphins. Like I don't know if
Yes.
we've ever seen a complete like Mike McDaniel's gone, Tua's got to be gone. Like the whole thing's got to be torn down after 1 week. Probably didn't even take till halftime for that.
See,
to
I
happen.
think a lot of
I don't know if we've seen that
seen
much
some
of
For
us.
the record, we're pretty smart. We all picked the under on their win loss. Just saying.
dating back to the end of last year, I thought there was a chance that Mike McDaniel could be gone. Like there was some of that, and I get roped into a lot of AFC.
This man's out of here.
I see a lot of the AFC East chatter just naturally, and there's been a lot of Mike McDaniel might be the first coach call. I started seeing some of that in the summer, so the fact that it happened this quick, that everybody's bailing on them, I wasn't as surprised by because I've been bailing on them. Not even as just a Dolphins hater, just as an observer of Mike McDaniel is not that guy. Tua is a liability. Tyreek might be cooked. They just don't have the pieces there. And it's about to get everybody fired.
Yeah. This was supposed to be a quick
It
game
was.
that we were
It
going to
was.
recap.
Dolphins 1.5-point favorites. I'd probably take Patriots. I don't know yet.
49ers Saints. 49ers have all the injuries in the world. Brock Purdy can't stay
Niners
healthy.
are dead.
Saints,
Yep,
nobody cares about.
49ers are still favored. 49ers still 3-point favorites.
It's McCaffrey
Saints are
versus
bad.
Saints.
That's how bad the Saints are.
McCaffrey versus-
I thought the
Who's the
Saints had some
backup? Is it
life.
Dobbs?
That's going to for 49ers. Going to be Mac Jones.
No, it's
Dobbs is in
Mac
Mac
Wing.
Jones
Mac
is
Jones.
going to be your
Yeah,
starter.
Mac Jones is on that.
49ers.
I ain't want to
No.
watch this game either. Don't show
Mac
me on
Jones was not terrible as the Jags backup.
I legit.
He might be
May
good
not
in
even turn
Shanahan
red.
offense.
I may not turn red zone.
Brian Thomas had his best numbers with Mac Jones.
This is true. Brian Thomas did
I
do
may
that.
not turn red zone on this week. Looking at all these 1:00 games to make sure I avoid some.
You're gonna turn red zone on.
I know what I might
That's
do is just
being dramatic.
pick my own 4. I'm thinking I'll just pick my own 4.
Don't lie. Put on red zone. Support your boy Sky Hansen.
He's got
Not with those commercials.
Yeah,
It's not his
there
fault.
was the commercials were not that bad.
No, they weren't.
I
They weren't
noticed
bad.
one
Yeah, they
Wingstop
were-
commercial.
they were-
I only
honestly.
noticed
I
the
mean,
I
Wingstop
only
like
noticed
The
one.
principle.
banner thing.
It is the principle of it.
That's
I do
fine.
agree, but
In a world of corporate greed, that's about as
that's what we're gonna get.
that's the least amount of greed you're gonna get.
Really
Glad I
is.
pay for a subscription and then still get commercials. That's just across the
Why
board.
don't we
You
move
pay
on
for
to the next
you pay
one?
for TV
Why would-
and you still
listen,
gotta watch
It's
commercials. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I sip
Either way.
commercials and I hate seeing
'cause-
commercials.
Bills Jets. Gil's gonna probably talk about this one for 10 minutes, so let's just roll into it.
After watching the Jets
Bills are
last
rolling
week,
them. I feel like this could be very simple.
So I don't know
Go
about
ahead, Gil.
rolling
Shut
them.
your
The
mouth.
Jets are under. Obviously, they're going to be 7-point underdogs. They're 6.5. I think there's a chance the Jets make this competitive if they use the same playbook they had against the Steelers. It worked. The Ravens made it work.
I don't think they're gonna change it.
Like that same style, like run. It worked. The Ravens were rolling against the Bills defensively. Yes?
I would just like to say one thing. I see a very similar Dan Campbell year one with the Lions, Aaron Glenn year one with the Jets, where they may not win a lot of games, but they're gonna play.
That's kind of the
hard,
expectation.
is what I took away from
That's
the
been-
game.
Not the expectation, but the hope is like we're probably only going to win like 7 games, maybe. But are we going to be competitive? Is there that glimmer of like we're going to be feisty? We're not going to back down. In that Steelers game this last week, there were multiple times where the fumble, where you guys went down, scored.
That was like 14
Yeah.
points in like a minute. That was
And-
quick.
In years past, we would have folded. We would have been like, all right, we're done. We're losing this. The fact that they fought back,
Literally last year when the Steelers scored 14
Yep.
points in a minute, and
like
they
I've seen
folded.
that so many times where the second one thing goes bad, there's one bad penalty. The Quincy Williams penalty on the sideline, the late hit. That happens. Bad penalty, bad fumble, turnover, whatever, those point swings, those usually are the death sentence to a game. Like, the Jets just never bounce back from that. So that was encouraging to see that they were still in it until the end and had a chance at whatever.
But the Bills
They
are
are
nice.
very nicey, but I think the Jets can replicate. They're not.
That was, I mean, honestly, that was more of a Ravens choke. If I'm just gonna be
And I-
honest, it was more of a Ravens choke than a like Derrick Henry, who had been dominating, fumbles the ball for some
Yeah.
reason, and all of a sudden now, and they were averaging like 10 yards a carry for 3.5
You put
quarters.
Justin Hill
now
in.
they have to chew the
Or-
clock, and they can only get 2 yards. Like
Yeah.
I think
it's just a
Watching
Ravens
the Ravens
choke, like they
do
normally
that, like seeing their style of offense and knowing what the Jets have, like Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields not the same. Justin Fields is not Lamar Jackson, but they play a similar style. Where
They're
do.
close.
Jets is like Timu Ravens.
yes, it's fair. And Brees Hall and,
Which could be good in this situation.
and the Jets offensive
Yeah, you can
line.
get some good stuff
Jets
off of
offensive
Timu.
line after
or to
like
move.
that week 1 offensive line from the Jets, I think might be a little better than the Ravens. Now that could just be the fandom to me, but that Jets offensive line week 1 looked really good. So if the Ravens could open up those
They
holes,
look pretty good.
the Jets, in theory, should be able to open up some of those holes. I just don't know if we'll be able to keep up with Josh Allen.
All you got to do is run left. That's all you
Yeah, I
did
know.
last time.
There was
You see
Zach
the chart?
Wilson beat
Did
the
you see
Bills
the
on
chart
the
of all the
Jets,
runs
so-
going left, and they just put a red X where T.J. Watt played, and just not a single one
Yep.
went that way?
There was a lot of times where they would pull like Membu or something like that and just completely isolate Watt. So it was like he rushes like, oh, well, he's got nowhere to go. Like they made it a point to avoid
Yeah.
that multiple times. And when Membu did get his hands on Watt, he was
No, they look good, man. You guys were gashing us for like
the first
2.5
play,
quarters,
the
3
first
quarters.
play, Brees broke one for 15.
I know.
So
I
if
watched it. I
we
know.
replicate that, we could be in the game at the end. But Josh Allen's going to put the cape on at the end. I will say, though, for Josh Allen, he usually doesn't play well at MetLife. Now, granted,
Does anyone?
in the past, it was always a solid defense he struggled against. So we'll see how he is against a Glenn and a Steve Wilkes coach defense. But against the Jets in MetLife, when it was solid defense, he threw 3 interceptions one year.
I like Steve Wilkes.
So that's
Steve
kind of
Wilkes.
like if you're somebody that's going to pick the Jets this week, I'm not. That's where you could talk yourself into it. Is
I don't think anyone's talking
No,
themselves
I'm just
into the Jets this
saying.
week.
The Jets offensively have a similar style of offense that the Ravens have, to where they can take that. Now, granted, on the Bills' side, they could also look at that and it's like, all right, Jets are going to do this. This is what we need to fix. This is what killed us last week. So,
At the end of the day, Gil, in years past, you've never been excited for this game, and you got a shot.
we have a
I
shot.
think that's all you can
It'll
ask
be
for.
an exciting. I hope it's another exciting game. Ultimately, I'm tired of watching. I've watched a lot of Tim Boyle, Zach Wilson, like 16-9 games where there's no offense. So, putting 32 points up last week.
Gross.
I hate the fact that we lost on a 60-yarder. That kills.
That'll happen. When you got the bars lined
You
up.
lost on a DK drop bounce.
I know.
Bobble comes back to him somehow.
The second I saw that,
That did happen.
I saw that, I knew we're done. We're done.
Yeah, that was
And
tough.
then we still had a
That
chance
was-
at
That
the
is
end,
real tough.
which was crazy. We need a wide receiver too.
Until you didn't, because Jalen Ramsey.
Punk ass bitch.
I'm cutting you off, Gil. I'm cutting you off.
6.5 is the line. I like plus 6.5.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd move that to plus 10, and I think that's decent.
Plus 10.
Yeah, move the line. Seahawks Steelers next game. I'm going to keep this brief because we are running out of time. Love that Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. He looked more energized and youthful. That'll probably happen in week 1. We'll see where he's at in week 10. Defense, a little scary. Did not feel so nicey. I think the Jalen Ramsey Minka trade is nice. Jalen Ramsey made a lot of plays. He graded out excellent in coverage. But you know how, they say that wide receiver takes the top off the defense. I don't feel like we got any top anymore. It's gone. No top in Pittsburgh. Our safeties there's just nothing back there. I don't know. Whenever I see the ball flying to the side of the screen where I cannot see, I don't feel good. So hopefully we can get that fixed. I don't like that 20% of the offensive touches went through Kenneth Gainwell. I hate that, actually. That was pissing me off.
That was half the chat.
I think the final
Half
line.
the chat on Sunday.
It was like he ended up with 11 touches for like 30 yards, whether through the run or the pass. Don't do that. That was dumb, but I think that's Arthur Smith's. This is my guy, and I'm gonna hate that all year. And we won. Boz is the best kicker in the league. So Seahawks
Take it
coming
easy.
into town. They played fine against 40. I mean,
Like Gazelle.
they didn't play fine against 49ers. They only scored 13. So I think Steelers tend to have these weird NFC Week 2 matchups that they tend to do okay in. So we'll see. I'd like to see more Caleb Johnson.
Yeah. I was.
That's it. DK Metcalf's nice, though. That made me happy watching him in Steelers uniform.
That was nice, except for when he was lined up against Sauce, huh? It was nice watching DK, except for when he was lined up against Sauce, huh?
Especially when Sauce kept giving him hugs, but,
Cry.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers are a 3-point favorite.
Scoreboard.
The one thing I'm going to say on Rodgers, just keep an eye on. So the fans that were in the state, they didn't show this on the broadcast, but I was listening to like people talking about the game afterwards that were in the stadium, and they were saying he was limping off the field almost every series. They just didn't show it on the broadcast. So
Don't you say that. Don't you put that out there. Don't you put
After
that out
all
there.
that
He did one of these.
laughing at
He
him.
said,
You two
little
laughing at him for a whole year.
after throwing the fourth tutty.
little-
No,
He was
but he
getting
did
up pretty
actually
slow
have,
after those sacks.
he did have lower back tightness in the game and was not able to move as much as
Yeah, he's
he
40.
wanted to.
40, and he got smoked
Yeah,
on the
that'll
first
happen.
play.
He woke up with that.
he got
He limps.
He rolled
That's
out of
just how
bed
he
with
walks.
lower back tightness.
That's just how he walks, man. He's 41,
He
actually.
got hit with Quinnen Williams and then McDonald. Like, of course. That first play got smoked.
Yeah, I'm sure he was immediately in pain, and he's probably got to have his spine fused together. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. It's Mason Rudolph's the backup. We're fine.
I probably like.
Anyways,
Steelers'
we got
3-point favorites.
6 more games to get through, and I'm gonna say we got like
6.
because we're probably we got Rams at
Holy
Titans,
smokes.
Panthers at Cardinals, Broncos.
All right,
at
let's get
Colts,
through them
Eagles
instead
at
of
Chiefs,
naming them.
Buccaneers at Texans. You be
What's the next
yapping
one?
over
Rams
here.
Titans.
Rams at Titans. Rams
Cam
good.
Ward looked
Titans
better
bad.
than what his stats would show.
Correct.
I'm excited about Cam Ward if he gets
They're
a
still going
wide
to lose
receiver.
to the Rams, though.
Like he just needs somebody.
Rams are nicey. Puka Nakua is nicey.
Very nicey. Yeah.
Panthers, Cardinals. I literally don't care.
Cardinals
Well,
6.5 point
yeah,
favorites. I don't remember anything
thoughts
about
behind
Panthers, honestly.
Except for that we're taking the no, we're not taking the Cardinals, we're taking the Rams. Right? True? Yeah.
I was thinking about taking the Cardinals.
I might take the Cardinals.
What are we talking about?
Survivor.
Sleeper.
Pools. Bryce Young, bad.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
D.
He-
D.
Panthers
Panthers
bad.
I don't remember
Panthers bad.
anything about the Cardinals, actually.
Bron-
I don't remember watching
Will Johnson.
anything.
Will Johnson, Clamps, Maserati.
Cardinals won. Oh, yeah, that's
Catches.
right. They played Wake Forest.
They did play Wake Forest.
All right. Broncos,
Um,
Colts. We already kind of talked about
that's
the
enough
Colts
of
a
that
little
one.
bit, didn't we? Where
surprising.
Broncos,
Good to see.
not as good.
Bo Nix, sophomore slump, maybe.
Defense good,
Yes.
offense bad.
Yep. Bo Nix, sophomore slump.
Colts domination against one of the worst performances
Yeah,
we've
I
ever
really
seen.
don't know what to take away from that. Is Daniel Jones the guy? Is he a GOAT?
I don't think so.
Shane's-
But, you know,
I think
what do we
he's,
know?
What if?
What
But
if?
what
I
if
think he's calmed down in
Giants
a different
fans will
offense
be
that he might like.
if
It could be
Daniel
cool.
Jones is a guy. Daniel
It could be cool.
Giants fans will be in tears. Like the Hudson will just be full of Giants fans' tears.
Remember,
Riddle me
Kevin
this:
O'Connell.
why is
He was with
Eagles at
Kevin
Chiefs
O'Connell.
at 425?
Because that's game of the week time.
Is it Fox or CBS?
I guess it is, but what isn't Sunday night game of the week?
No. Game of the week is at 425.
Interesting. I guess that's true. Yeah, it's the only Fox NFL.
I don't know if it's
Okay.
actually game of the week, but that is the time
It's
slot.
Fox NFL game of the week, I
Title.
believe.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay.
the only
Yep, there we
Fox
go.
at that time. Like
Yes.
it's essentially a standalone game because the only other two games in the 4 o'clock window are Panthers, Cardinals, and Broncos. Colts. Like everything.
And that's exactly
Weird how
why.
they do that.
They load-
It's weird how Fox gets that like little mini primetime
Yeah.
spot. Poor CBS. They don't get no primetime.
Pay your money.
CBS just gets the bulk of the 1 o'clock. I
Both. They
guess.
get almost all.
But they. I mean, there's still there's 4 Fox 1 o'clock games to CBS's 5.
Yeah.
So,
I guess. Screw CBS.
but CBS gets both the 405s.
Speaking of CBS, I was impressed
Pay
with
up.
JJ
Pay
Watt.
up.
Actually, I did want to point that out. I kind of liked him on the call.
JJ Watt's nice.
JJ Watt.
He wasn't too absurdly
No.
one way or the other.
He was very
nice.
unbiased, I thought, and I was impressed by that because I wasn't sure.
And while we're talking about times, Monday night, 7 o'clock and 10
What the
p.m. for
flip?
Chargers Raiders. Are you joking me?
Yes.
I will not be finished.
Way better.
You mean
Just
4 and
I,
7?
I really hope Chargers Raiders, like Chargers are blowing them out at halftime and I can just go to bed. I really don't want that to be a
Dude,
close
there's
game.
no way I'm finishing that game, man. There's no way.
I mean, the one game starts before I even get home.
That's crazy.
So, if you want to talk about time, but
You're gonna
4-7 is really
living
not
in
a
the West
bad.
is weird. You got games starting at 6 a.m. and you're not even home from work, and
Yeah, it happens.
crazy.
The London games no one cares about, except this is like the
Terrible
first
time
London
zone.
game that's ever been interesting in any
all of
capacity.
the others have usually been pretty bad.
But let me tell you, waking up at like 9 a.m. on a college football Saturday and turning on some Big Noon, like that's fire.
I love Central
Yeah.
That's
Time.
awesome.
Yeah, but you miss
the only
all
jealous
of like
part.
ESPN Game Day though.
I don't need to watch game day. Who cares?
I only like the last
Yeah,
10
it's really
minutes of
like-
Game Day when they do
The
that.
last
Yeah.
They don't even.
I wake up, I eat breakfast, watch the end of game day, and then football's on.
Yeah.
I feel like
Amazing.
you can do that on the Eastern Time Zone as well.
Yeah, if
It's
you
not
just sleep
that-
in until 11:30.
Friday nights.
No,
can be
I
late
mean,
sometimes.
you just do some things
Anyways.
before it.
I think it's agreed that Central
love
Time's
Central
pretty
Time. That was
pretty
the one
good.
thing I loved about South
Central
Yes.
Time's a
Central
good.
Time was goated.
Mid.
Football starts right at noon, right lunchtime.
I'm telling
had
you,
a
these,
weird hour
these ending at 12
lunch.
o'clock.
Those games in particular, Buccaneers, Texans, Chargers,
See,
Raiders. Chargers
Bucks-
look good. It's pretty much the only thing I
Bucks
got to say
Texans
about
on
those four
paper
teams.
should be good, but I just don't know what to make of either of the two teams right now.
Texans still bad. Why? For
Right.
some reason.
Offensive line,
Offensive
man.
line.
It's not a surprise.
That's it.
Offensive line's terrible. They got rid of the
There's,
entire
there's
offensive
stats
line.
that
and stuff.
CJ
Bad.
They're saying CJ didn't do that bad, according to analytics.
Just the streets
That's
are
what they
lying
are saying.
to you.
That's what they be
The streets are
saying.
lying. They scored 9 points.
Texans are
man.
favored.
That's
2.5.
well, if your offensive line
He
is
threw
not
for
good,
188 yards and 1 interception.
there is
wow,
analytics
do
that
something
that I
else.
did
Move the
not
pocket.
remember.
Move the pocket. Chargers are nice though. That was kind of scary. I usually count on them to screw themselves.
I was surprised they didn't, to be honest. That was in Brazil, right? That one.
Because you
Yes, it
got
was.
State Madison beer now. It's a
He's got
different
some
man.
confidence. You got some
Quentin Johnston
confidence.
finally grew
He got a little
and
swag.
Quentin Johnston finally
Little
grew a pair
aura.
of hands.
I saw some interesting Quentin
now.
Johnson stats on the timeline.
Like what?
Interesting.
He has the most 20-plus point games as a wide receiver in the last
No
2
way.
seasons for fantasy.
No way.
Crazy.
And
All
over
the
his
others
last
are
2
zero.
games, he has 22 targets and 18 catches or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Figured it
Hey,
out.
Tristan, listener of the pod, is a truther for Quentin.
Fan of the show,
So.
Quentin Johnson, truther.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're absolutely duking it out in fantasy baseball right now. Just
I know.
absolute haymakers.
Forgot about fantasy baseball.
What a playoff series.
It is.
Yeah, you're
it is
lucky
a
I'm
lot
not
going
there.
back. I've clawed back. I'm within 15 now, so I haven't looked
Yeah.
today. But as
But
of
me and
yesterday, I was
him
within
both have
15.
100 more points than both of you in your match.
Yes, it's weird.
Just absolute
You guys are
titans.
duking it out.
Bad one.
Fantasy baseball is weird.
Egbuka Nicey, pretty good.
Yes, he's nice. He's
Turns
smart.
out,
That's what's
he's
gonna
pretty
make his
good.
career long. He's very, very smart if everything is true.
It would make
And I can't-
perfect sense. It would make perfect sense. It would make perfect sense if Mike Evans retires. He does not get 1,000 yards this year. Egbuka starts a new 10-year streak of getting 1,000 yards yearly. That's all I
Wow.
wanted to say.
But
I
take,
can see it.
Passing the torch.
Take.
I do think
Yeah.
Ibuka is going to be one of the better ones. I think he'll be better than Garrett Wilson when it's all said and done. Olave, everybody that he sat behind.
That's
Every
a
time
take.
a new one comes out, you say the same thing.
What are you talking about?
Next man
I
up.
didn't say nothing about Marv. That's the last new one.
When
There's no way.
Jeremiah Smith
That-
comes out, he's the best.
There's
Then
no
I mean,
way that when
are
that
you
Rose
serious?
Bowl
You can't- you
happened
can't-
with Marv.
Jay saying 300 yards in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. Julian saying gonna be the best quarterback, most successful. Anyway,
We just got to go back. We got to go back in
It's
time.
we've hit like an hour and 20 minutes. I think
Probably
Luka
an hour
looked pretty
15,
good.
So that's probably a good time to.
my recording keeps restarting, so we'll see how that actually
Who
comes
else?
out.
I'm scared. Oh, bye, Cam. All right. Well, I guess he's out. In the meantime, let's wrap it up here.
Past his bedtime.
Again, let us know what you think about the new format here as we we preview the next weeks while also kind of recapping the previous weeks. Yeah, I'm excited to see what week 2 holds, the difference between week 1, week 2, because week 1's always going to be a little weird. Week 2, you start figuring out who these teams are a little bit more. So, at the end of the day, we have football. That's all that matters. So, hope you enjoy the
Let
Thursday.
me tell you, it was great.
Hope you enjoyed Thursday night
It was
football.
fantastic. It was a great day.
And hopefully we enjoy another week of NFL. Until next time, tune into Party Chat Sports. Tell your friends, tell your family, everybody else. Subscribe, like the channel. Oh, we're anywhere and everywhere, all at Party Chat Sports. See you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Cowboys.